the Hall of Fame. It's about time. Not that I'm holding ACRA to blame, or the Academy, as I like to think of them now that I've got one. I don't blame the Academy. They did ask some time ago if I'd do this, and I pointed out that I'd been working for the last 20-odd years at disappearing completely from the radar, flying below the parapet. I have a goal, still, certainly, and that's to disappear up my own arse in a flash of blue flame sometime before 2020. And this is going to go and blow everything. But it's nice. It's nice to be asked. It's nice to be included, to be inducted. I've never been inducted before. I hope it doesn't hurt. But the Hall of Fame, it made me think, is it a real hall? I'm hoping it is. We have an apartment which I bought some time ago that looks directly across at the AWA Tower in York Street, Sydney. And I think the Hall of Fame is an oak-panelled room deep in the bowels in York Street that's powered by electricity that comes from storms striking the top of the AWA Tower. And the electricity that surges down through the building, and it powers the lights, which are all valves from old radios that hum and glow. And in that soft glow, as the inductee, me in this case, comes through the big oak door for the first time, he sees a coffin, a glass coffin, with the uncorrupted body of Jack Davey lying there with a smile on his waxy lips. And behind him, stone tablets around the apse, and they all commemorate the lost members of our profession, the lauded members of our profession. Eric Bohm, Bob Dyer, Hay Customers, who is also gone but not forgotten. Lawsey, Alan Jones, well, they're not gone yet, but we can hope. Fantastic, a recognition of 15 years of partying, really. Imagine getting an award for having a good time. Remarkable, really. I had fun. It was a near-death experience, but I survived it, and we were able to share studios at Triple M in those days with some extraordinary talented people. I know you've probably heard from some of them already. I hope they've said reasonable things about me. I hope they weren't too unkind, but incredible entities. Dentos, or Andrew the Boy Genius from indoor cricket, as he was when he came to us. Dave Gibson, who never appeared as Dave Gibson, but in many different forms, many different guises, which was fair because he had multiple personality disorder. It seemed a perfectly reasonable way of treating him. In fact, everybody on the show, including my beloved Miss Lizzie, was something of a cartoon of themselves. We did have a dog on the show. It was not this dog barking off camera, little Lance. We had Warwick the barking traffic girl as our dog, who was quite the strangest man I ever knew, and had stories to tell about him, many and various, including the time we had a tiger in the studio to promote the Sunny Boys album Wildcat, I think it was. They brought a 700-pound Bengal tiger into the studio, and there was a 90-year-old man holding it with a piece of chain. I said, "You sure it's secure?" He said, "I've got him." So the tiger comes into the studio. Tiger's not happy, gets out of the lift on the 25th floor at Triple M and shits everywhere, and then rolled in it just to get his smell into the carpet so he felt more comfortable. When we were in the studio, terrified, but carrying on because the show must go on, Warwick decided to stick his head in the door and bark at the tiger. In fact, I nearly joined the tiger and sat on the floor and rolled in it myself. But look, I mean, thank yous. I guess we've got to do a few. I know I've been going on for quite a while now. The vodka helps. I'd like to also pay tribute to Kenny Sterling. Kenny came with us to Triple M when we went there. Rod said, "I'm not employing any fucking writers." Rod Muir should get a mention. He brought FM to Australia. If it wasn't for Rod, we'd never have had the medium. Triple M came into being, and wow, we were owned by one man, and we were unique and a go-to environment. Everybody who worked in radio in Australia wanted to work there, and I was lucky enough to be one of them. So I mentioned Rod Muir, now my brother-in-law. It's quite an amazing story. Nepotism on a grand scale. It was an interesting beginning. Rod's introducing me to everybody as the new breakfast announcer, and I hadn't even agreed to do the job yet. We went into the newsroom, and somebody had just arrived from the North Coast with a kilogram of purple heads, and they were measuring them out in ounce bags to different staff members who were queuing up to buy their little dilly. Quite extraordinary, really. I thought, this is the station for me, and I thought the Jays had been cool. Anyway, the negotiation did go down, and Rod was quite angry with the idea that I wanted to bring a writer, a genius guy I'd met at Double J, Triple J, and he said, "I don't employ writers, I employ announcers." I said, "Well, I'll pay him." So I took the money that I negotiated, an indifferent sum at the time, and I gave half of it to Kenny because I believed that what we could do was create production values again, the way radio had been in its halcyon days. So as we succeeded, and as the ideas seemed to be vindicated, I'd take whatever monies we built beyond the original base and give 30 to 50% of that into a kitty, which would then go towards more writers and more musicians. So we had a serious production unit, and it would be dumb for me to receive this award without acknowledging those people generally, if I can't mention all the names. Genius people, and I think that too often when my success is discussed, they're overlooked, and I really couldn't accept this award without including them in my thank you. We fashioned a coterie of loonies and gradually built the audience from 2.6 up to the high teens, and brought a lot of people a lot of joy, mostly us. And it was a thrill to be there, and I appreciate being remembered fondly by the industry. It's a great pleasure and a great privilege. Thank you.